3, 2, 1, fire.
Well, hey, bonjour. Welcome to the show. It's called It's Your Call, because I'm just on this search for some common ground on the issues that divide us. But it's not always a political show. It's not always a hard-hitting show. We talked CFL football on Friday leading into the Grey Cup, for example. It is some of that. It is all of that. I want to talk about the things that, well, we're all sort of kind of talking about anyway. And I heard an interesting comment relayed to me that someone had heard actually in a retail store earlier today as it pertains to Christmas. And of course, Thursday is Thanksgiving in the States. People are saying they can't hear me. Hello? Jules better be lying to me. No static on the website today, says Linda. That's great. Maybe it's just a Twitch issue or something. If you're having issues hearing me, that's going to be problematic. You can hear me now. There you go. See, Jules, I'm going to say that is a you problem. I'm perfect is really what I'm getting to. Coming in loud and clear says vinyl spinner. Awesome. Okay. So that's squared away. So yes, in a retail environment, the comment was made that more people would be spending the majority would spend more on their pets. You threw me off. More would spend more on their pets this holiday season than they would on their friends. Wow. So I'm bringing this up as a topic of conversation today because, of course, Thursday is Thanksgiving in the States. We've had our Thanksgiving here in Canada. Thursday, Thanksgiving in the States. And then, as if we're not already inundated with commercials, thank you, Old Navy. By the way, Old Navy, as a side note, I am clearly not your demographic. Not just because nothing you sell will ever fit my body and hasn't for ages, but I just don't get your ads. Anyway. Pets, says Peter, are a $15 to $18 billion a year business. They really, really are. But it got me thinking, okay, so if the average person is going to be spending more this holiday season on their pets than on their friends. And by the way, to the tune of the average person saying they would spend $85, these are US dollars, $85 on their pet, $80 on their friends. Okay. Full disclosure, I have pets. I have a cat. He's a jerk, but that's what cats are. His name is Moo. And I have a beautiful Bernese lab rescue named Kelty. Previously, I had a wonderful, wonderful dog. We still miss him dearly, Seamus. Oh, Linda, I wish I could spend on a pet, but regardless, it wouldn't be more than $30. I mean, look, I get having to give your pet something just cause they're part of your family. Your pets don't really care. I don't want to be the one to break that to you, but your pets, they don't really care. They're not going to hold a grudge. And if they do care, they'll get over it the minute you go up to the kitchen and even so much as touch a piece of cutlery. Oh, we're doing food now? Okay, I'm your best friend again. I get the wanting to spend on your pets. $20, says Andy. So, okay, Linda is in for 30. Andy is in for 20. $85 US on average for a pet. Now, I suspect a lot of those numbers because I certainly remember on previous years having conversations much to this regard. $85 seems excessive, even in the best of times. We are in a down economy right now. I don't think any of us can deny that. Things are certainly going up, up, up in price. Inflation is hitting us hard. So how are you economizing? That's part two of the conversation I want to have with you today here on It's Your Call. By the way, 613-604-6464 is the number you can call, and you can text 613-604-6464. And I did remember to put the video link up today. So if you go to itsyourcall.ca, if you want to appear via video link, you can turn your camera off if you're more comfortable with that, although I'd rather see your face, but that's okay. If that is your preferred method, since you're sitting at the computer anyway, go to itsyourcall.ca and click the little camera icon. We can bring you on the show that way. So how are you economizing as the holidays get closer and closer? Because there's a lot of belt tightening going on. We are hearing report after report of longer and longer lineups at food banks, etc. Not just here, but in the U.S. as well. I do a show in Sarasota, Florida. Like 13,000 turkeys given out in Sarasota. Sarasota is smaller than Ottawa. I think Sarasota's population is somewhere around 780,000. Now, it's pretty much a suburb. Well, not pretty much. It's kind of what Carleton Place is to Ottawa, Sarasota would be to Tampa Bay. It is a sizable community just outside of Tampa Bay. 13,000 turkeys is a lot. So how are you economizing when you're looking at your budget for Christmas, Hanukkah, etc. this year? And your money doesn't go as far at the grocery store. You're paying more in taxes. You're paying more in gas, etc. How are you economizing? Where are you cutting back? Better yet, what are you willing to cut back on? And what is not negotiable? Are you cutting back on presents, but not food? Are you cutting back on food, but not presents? Not negotiable to me. Food. I don't care about the presents. Listen, I'm trying to get rid of crap. There's nothing that I really need coming in that I don't already have. I need to offload some stuff. The best thing you could do for me for Christmas, not that I think you want to do anything for me for Christmas, the best gift I could get would be to be given the gift of someone's going to come in, organize up all the microphones, all of the audio gear, all of the cables, all of the video cameras, all of the DSLR cameras, all of these books that you have accumulated over the years that you've read but never done anything with. So somebody's going to go into your garage, John. My neighbors literally stand outside my garage door, frothing at the mouth, waiting for a garage sale. I have 4 bicycles in my garage. I can't tell you the last time I rode a bicycle. I have 2 kayaks in my garage. The only time I've used them is we went for kayak lessons once. I quite enjoyed it. My wife didn't have the same experience, so they've never been back in the water. So that'd be a great gift for someone like me. I'm going to come over and I am going to toss all your crap into a box and I'm going to figure out a place to sell it. And you can make a couple of bucks in the process. That'd be a great gift. But what's not negotiable to me is the food. For me, Christmas, it's about that meal. It's about that family time. It's the roast beef. It's the Yorkshire pudding. Not negotiable. I must have that. Okay, maybe not as big a roast beef. And listen, I'll get on whoever's in charge of making the Yorkshire puddings, and whether they make 6 of them, 12 of them, 18 of them, 24 of them, there's never enough. And I always call them out on that. You need to make more. Fine, this year I get it. We'll cut back on the Yorkshire puddings if we're having roast beef. Some of the comments so far. Heather says, we cut back on presents. Food is non-negotiable. I stockpile. I freeze what I can. I cut the cable and landline. Interesting. Cable and landline. I mean, you can it's amazing what you can get away with when you cut cable. And listen, I know that a lot of people, that's just how they habitually watch TV. A digital antenna when I had one up in my backyard a few years ago before the storm knocked it down, I was getting like 15 channels over the air for free, full on HD, uncompressed. And by the time you go and you add, your Netflix and your Amazon Prime, etc., you're not missing out on a whole heck of a lot. And by the way, when you think about it, see, cable's a great example, Heather. And thank you for bringing that up. Okay, you cut back on your cable. Don't you find you're even spending more now because you need an Amazon Prime, you need a Disney Plus, you need a Netflix? Suddenly, instead of just paying a cable company, now you're paying 5 or 6? Landlines don't make any sense to me anymore. Why? I don't get it. Jules the Dancer, where was your comment earlier? Oh, I'm all out of sorts here. Let's go to Ann instead. Jules, we'll get back to you. Ann says, no matter what, I always buy a fresh turkey. Costs more, but so much better. The meal is important to me, and I take pride in it. I'll still buy the fresh turkey this year. I noticed the ones for Thanksgiving were really tiny. Not sure why. I don't know. Over to Facebook, and Van Boxtel says, thankfully, they didn't deliver the turkeys like they did in Cincinnati back in the WKRP days. I swear, I thought turkeys could fly. You know what the best? It's funny you bring that up. Gary Sandy, who played Andy Travis, the program director on WKRP, go over to his Facebook page. He's actually posted a great cartoon of a bunch of turkeys that just look rattled. And so the caption is, they haven't been the same since some guy in Cincinnati dropped them out of a helicopter. Very funny that you would mention that. Jules says, we are not cutting back on the food, but we are being frugal when it comes to presents this year. We've been looking for sales every week. Here you go. Donald says, you need to have a yard sale to make money. Donald, you have no idea. And here's the thing. So I have, this is why I don't need gifts. My audience, my social media followers have gifted me and beyond. I have long had a vision to put an RV on the road that represents the radio station, allows us to go to community events, etc. But what I want to do beyond that is sit down with people and talk to them about their experiences with mental health. So I want this RV to travel the country and get those stories and do that kind of thing. Being an internet radio station, we're way beyond just a City of Ottawa thing. And I had an opportunity to acquire one for a ridiculous price. And I asked the world, I need $3,000 to get this thing. And within hours, I had raised more than double that. So I've already received more than my fair share of goodness this holiday season. But all this to say, Donald, you're right. And my fear is, being the pack rat that I am, being unable to even find the time, let alone where to sell this stuff, where to put this stuff. I now have this 28-foot RV parked in my driveway, and I just have a feeling that I'm going to get to a point where it is going to be nothing more than a storage locker. Like, I've had that nightmare that, oh God, because I know myself. Yeah, I need to get rid of some stuff in a bad way. We cut back on presents. There we go. Heather, we got that already. Christmas must-haves, rum and eggnog. Well, the rum, okay, I'm with you. The eggnog, eggnog, it's one of those slimy things that I can't. To each their own, I can't. For me, Bailey's. Yes, please. Bailey's is my Christmas thing. The other thing that's good, by the way. Yeah, we're talking about economizing, and here I am saying, I must have this. I'm not cutting back on anything. It's 40 Creek that makes it. It's called Nanaimo Bar. It's a lot like Bailey's, and I can thank my sister for introducing me to 40 Creek. Yeah, it's pretty fantastic stuff. So, hey, okay, let's bring this full circle. If you're looking to economize, you'll want to compare the prices between a Bailey's, let's say, and a 40 Creek Nanaimo Bar. If there's a couple of dollars difference, my advice is they're very, very similar. Both taste slightly the same. You can put them in coffee. You can put a little extra in there if you want. And maybe save yourself a couple of bucks by going with the cheaper one. There you go. Kim says, I buy gifts for the smallest ones in the family, 2 babies, something for my other half and my son, niece, and nephew. I make them a care package of food that I make. Kim, isn't that one of the best things? Just to do a little baking. My wife bakes up a storm every Christmas. And I know I love that gift because I have to test it to make sure I'm quality control. I take one for the team every single year. So I know I know what our friends and family are getting when they get a little bit of her baking. That's a great gift. I love and everybody has different recipes and different things that they bake. So I love getting to sample, what friends and family are baking up. Yeah, great idea. Anne says, my daughter doesn't even give her kitty that she dearly loves a Christmas present, but her kitty grandma puts up a stocking for her. I usually get her a cat toy and catnip pillow I get from the vet. That is it. Yeah. I mean, do your pets need $85 worth of gifts? Like, and $80 on a friend? What I mean, how much are you spending on your family members? What do you spend on your spouse? How much do you spend on your coworkers? Are you taking part in Secret Santa? Or are you having that conversation at the office like, listen, that's not appropriate this year. People are hurting. How much you spend on your kids? And are you cutting back? Not that the kids are going to, like, kids are just happy, right? We got something. There's no price tag attached to Christmas, Hanukkah, etc. for kids. Just, it's on my wish list. I hope I got it. I don't know how parents are doing it. I really don't. And says, you don't need anything you want. Let's face it. I only have Rogers Cable, though I have a decent package with Hollywood Sweet movie channels. There you go. Works for you. Kim says, my cable's been cut back significantly. I added TSN for football and hockey, but once that's done, off it goes. I don't have a landline. Yep. Vinyl Spinner. We dropped our cable provider, quote unquote cable provider. That's intriguing. Got an Amazon stick, subscribed to IPTV service, cost for a ton of channels, $55 a year. Yeah, the IPTV service is interesting, and it's a really big gray area. In fact, that's in court right now. For those not familiar, IPTV, it's a little box. It's an Android box. In fact, here's my Apple TV. Okay, which I have. This comes through Apple, and it has all kinds of apps and stuff on it. But your IPTV, your Android box would be about the same size and do about the same thing. And all they do is they load apps on it. And those apps, they source what's already on the internet. So, I mean, if a TV network, etc., is streaming a show on the internet, there's someone out there who is cracking the code, of course, and going after it and making it available. So the gray area is, are they stealing it, or are they making what's already available accessible? So that's kind of where it's at in court. It's, I'm a broadcaster, but I'm also someone who, really enjoys television and saving money where I can. So I get the whole Android box. Anyway, I'm just saying, if you're going to be looking at IPTV service, expect that there could be some issues with that down the road the next little while. Roku Stittsville. I know Roku. A good antenna and 3 or 4 legal and free streaming apps. Good to go. Yes, like perhaps the Roku system, I'm guessing. That's funny that would be your name. On Facebook, Van Boxtel, we all know that you pay it forward tenfold. It's money well spent. You need to give Trudeau lessons on fiscal responsibility. I don't pay any attention to monetary policy. We have a phone call. Welcome to It's Your Call, and it is your call. What is your name, please?
Hi, John. It's Debbie Boyle calling.
Debbie, oh my gosh. How are the Boyles?
They're doing great.
Debbie, is it too early for me to wish you a Merry Christmas?
No, never.
Wonderful. Merry Christmas. I hope
you.
your lovely daughter and everybody's doing well. I for those who don't know, Gary is Debbie's husband. Gary is probably the foremost authority on all things to do with astronomy. He's on every talk show whenever it comes to,
I hear my name in
Yeah, there he is. There he is. And I was very fortunate to photograph your daughter's wedding. So there you go. Nice to hear from you.
Yes.
What's on your mind?
Beautiful memories. Yes. You did such a great job.
Thank you.
But I'm calling as for the Secret Santa at work. Our department decided that we're going to do a Secret Santa, but we're going to do it for the food bank.
Okay, so how does this work?
Everyone is donating up to $20, and we have one person in charge of making sure the food bank gets it.
So, okay, so you're collecting cash from individuals, or do they go and they actually buy an item worth up to $20?
No, cash. We're doing cash.
Just simple like that.
Yeah, because we were going to do Secret Santa, and then someone brought up a point that there's so many people struggling in that, and we decided to do that. So it's a good idea, and it kind of makes me feel good, or it does make me feel
Well,
good.
it prompted you to it prompted you to pick up the phone and slum it on this show. So obviously it's making you feel good.
Yeah, just to give ideas if you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so and I know your family a little bit, and certainly well enough to know
Yeah.
that the holidays would certainly be a big deal for you, and now you've got
Mhm.
your daughter, and you've got your son-in-law, and of course there's grandkids involved. So where are you
Yes.
economizing? In your home for the holidays, what are you looking at when you look at your budget and saying I can do away with this, I can cut a little here, and what's not negotiable
Yeah.
for you guys, Debbie?
Oh gosh. Well, we do certainly have to cut back, especially the winter months too.
Gary,
You
you
know,
don't need
we're
a new
cutting.
telescope this year. Sorry, not in the budget.
No, poor Gary. His stuff always gets pushed aside. Eh? Oh, geez.
Yeah, he's so
Poor
hard done by.
Gary.
He has
Well,
a retractable roof in his shed that allows his telescope. Poor Gary, suffering.
he doesn't have one yet, though, John. We've moved.
Oh,
We had
that's
one
right.
in Barhaven. Yeah, we've moved, but he's building. He's in the process of building it.
Oh, so here I
Yeah.
am being okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Gary,
That's
Gary, I
okay.
hope you've been a
That's
good
okay.
boy and you get your retractable roof back soon. There. Okay. That fixes that.
Well, when spring starts, yeah, we building for sure. It'll be 24 by 12 feet. It'll be a big one.
Yeah.
All right. But back to my question. So where are
Yeah.
you cutting back and what's just a hard no for you in your household?
Oh, it's really hard to cut back. I'm fortunate that I can work at home. I go into work one day a week. So that's cutting back on a lot of gas because Gary's retired, right?
Right. So gas, parking,
yeah,
I'm guessing too.
gas,
You're probably not going
parking.
for a coffee as often at a restaurant,
No.
buying yourself
No,
the frivolous
no.
little things. Okay. So you're saving a little bit there.
No, we've been fortunate that we could cut back on that
Sure.
because of COVID and now with the hybrid, we go in, like I said, one day a week.
It's a good thing Lowell's not on the
that
show
cuts back
anymore.
on-
Oh, this would have gone down a weird path.
Oh God, I love Lowell.
I miss him too.
Oh.
I do too.
Oh geez, yeah. That was a good show too. But you're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're really enjoying it.
I learned from the best. I won't lie to you. Finding the subject matter sometimes is a struggle. This is Lowell's complete wheelhouse, right? That's where he and I differ. I struggle for content, but I seem to have a gift, as you know, of just being able to carry on a conversation about anything, even if it doesn't make sense.
And you know what? That's all you need.
I guess. Anyway.
Your shows are great, John.
Well, thank you.
Work.
Thank you. You are welcome to call back anytime, and I will say an extra good word to Santa when I see him that Debbie was very nice to me. Please make sure that she doesn't need to cut back on anything this year. I'm glad to hear that your family is happy and healthy, and I really appreciate the phone call. Thank you.
Very much. So we have 4 granddaughters now, right?
4 granddaughters.
My daughter has 2 and my son has 2.
That's right. Yeah. You have a son as well. Oh my gosh.
Yes, Andrew. Yeah, he has 2 daughters.
That's going to be a busy Christmas for y'all. Do you do this at your house or do you go to their homes?
Well, no. What we're doing is we're going to my son.
Okay.
To Andrew in Toronto. He lives in Acton, outside of Toronto.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going there. We're taking the train.
Oh, you're not taking the hybrid. You're taking the train, and then Andrew can pick up the tab for the food. This is how the Boyles are economizing at Christmas this year.
No, we're going to help out. Yeah.
Well, granddaughters. That's the only thing that we're not cutting back on for granddaughters.
No, I wouldn't cut back.
All right, there it is. Got to spoil the granddaughters, and not a boy anywhere in there.
No.
Holy. Wow. All right, guys. Merry Christmas to the Boyle family. Thank you very, very much again for the phone call.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Bye, John.
Be well. Be well. Fantastic family right there. Yeah, no, they are the real deal. So thank you for that. Let's see. Kahlua in coffee is very, very good. This person says they've texted us at 613-604-6464. And they say, I've cut back on gifts and food. I'm usually home alone for Christmas. That is Donna chiming in. Hey, can I help you save a couple of bucks? Let's talk auto maintenance and auto repair. It's Your Call is brought to you by McCarthy Automotive. Wow. You know, when you find those people who just genuinely love what they do, they care about what they do. I mean, this is granted, I have a personal relationship with the gang at McCarthy Automotive, but they care so much. They have tracked me down in a parking lot just to make sure that, I'd been in for service. I haven't had a chance to get back. Fine. We happen to know that you're at this restaurant for dinner because you put it on Facebook. I'm going to find you in the parking lot and I'm going to torque your nuts for you. That's how much they care. They do fleet service. Winter tires. If you haven't done your winter tires yet, storage, it's all there for you. All the major brands, whether it's something as simple as an oil change or something that seems to be a lot more complex, brakes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Please consider McCarthy Automotive, family-owned and operated. Their employees are treated like family. They are part of the family, and you will be absolutely impressed with the service you get at McCarthy Automotive, 1150 Heron Road, mccarthyautomotive.ca. Let's go back to your comments. Cutting back is okay, but so is getting back to the meaning of the holiday at its core. It is not about extravagance, but giving of oneself and appreciating time with those we love. No price on that. There you go, Joshua. Can't find a lot of fault in that comment. There's plenty of content available. Just look at what mainstream news is feeding us. It's laughable. Yeah, well, I'm trying, but I'm also trying to not do too. I don't want to get too wrapped up in too much contentiousness either. The convoy thing is certainly there, and it's certainly something I think we need to circle back to and sort of get caught up on in the next little while, and we will. Craig says, last year I carved charcuterie boards for 7 of my staff. What a great gift. That's so personal. I love that. Linda says, same here. No Secret Santa. We're encouraging people to donate toys so that kids don't do without and to help remove the stress from parents that may be struggling. I love that. So people who are in a fortuitous position, even though, listen, the economy is affecting every single person of us, right? Or every single person of us, every single one of us. But some of us are still in a better situation than most. And when you recognize that and can do something about it, I applaud that. David says, frustrated I can't get HBO Max and Met TV for all the vintage animation. None of that is available in Canada. So we've gone down a rabbit hole with what's available. IPTV service via Amazon. Okay, there you go. Another phone call. This one coming from British Columbia. Hello, British Columbia. What's going on in BC?
Hey, you know what? Well, snow and yeah, that's about it.
Snow and that's about it. Way to do your thing for BC tourism. What's your name? Who am I talking to here?
I know. My name's Jonathan. I'm a music artist out of BC, and I'm actually calling to submit a song for you.
In the middle of my live talk show, you're calling to submit a song for me. All right.
You know what? That's my bad because I was listening and I just picked up the phone and called you. Look at this.
I applaud that. And listen, in fairness, that's the phone number that is on the website, and you're not privy to knowing what the hell's going on the radio at any particular moment. No. Jonathan, I love it. Is it a Christmas song by chance?
Negative. It's a new release, produced by Danny Craig of Default. I got Forrest Williams from Big Wreck. Yeah, Forrest Williams from Big Wreck is playing drums on it. So
look at you. Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah. Could you pick up those names you just dropped?
Right? I know. This is my pitch. I'm like, I gotta get.
Well, if I'm live on the air, I'm going balls to the wall with it, and I'm giving them everything.
No.
Jonathan, are you the singer on the song?
I sure am.
All right, give us a little taste. Here's your opportunity, man. Live audience.
All right. Here we go. Let me get it. You know what's funny is my nerves just shot up. Let me just grab it here. I gotta get.
I'm the same way I'm the same way when I'm put on the spot and have to sing.
I gotta find the lyrics here so I can, like, for my own song. Oh my goodness, I'm finding the lyrics.
Just give me the hook, man. Just give me the hook.
Okay. Another day begins, here comes the sunrise. I've been up since 3 and no longer sleep right. Worried for the day, what if something goes wrong? Failing to live life in the moment. This broken life I live will keep me tethered to the things that I desire that won't last forever. Oh, what is it I'm here to do? Or who am I gonna be? I need something I Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Jonathan, way to go. What's the name you perform under, Jonathan?
That's it. I perform under Jonathan.
Jonathan, simple as that. Okay, so survey of the live audience right now. We are on Twitch, we're on Facebook, we are on YouTube, and we're on Twitter right now. So to the audience, I am going to ask you this. Okay, this could be an awesome Christmas gift for Jonathan. Should we add that song? Should we add that song to BTR, audience? You've got the next 30 seconds to post a yes or no. All right, Jonathan, this is the ultimate music game show that you didn't even know you were on and existed. It's a yes from Jules. It's a yes from Renee. Should we add this song to BTR? Laurentian View Terry says yes. Van Boxtel says yes. Vinyl Spinner says yes. Ann says yes, add the song, why not? Chrissy says it's a yes. Jonathan, get me your damn song. Milky at blasttheradio.com. We're going to add you to a little bit of rotation here on BTR, my man, all right?
Sweet. It's coming right now to you.
I think in almost 30 years of radio, this ranks right up there as one of my favorite calls ever.
Perfect. That was so, impromptu. That was amazing. The timing couldn't have been better. That's so
I'll make sure you get a copy of the audio of this too. Fantastic, my man. Can't wait to hear the real deal, and we'll have that on the air for you here. It's blasttheradio.com is our internet radio station, and I love they're texting. They're going crazy. It's 100% yes. Jonathan.
Yes.
Can't wait, buddy.
Yes.
Cheers. Merry Christmas,
Sweet.
man.
It's coming your way. Merry Christmas to you, man.
That's awesome. See you, buddy. Wow. I can't think of a better way to end things. All right. So that's how we're economizing. That's how we're giving. We're looking for new and interesting and simple ways. Keep your eyes open. You just don't know what's out there and how easy it is to give and make someone's day. You just helped me do that here on It's Your Call. And we are back tomorrow.